the second time for Adam, obviously after his experience with Fnatic, but for the first time coming in here and fighting for that chance to officially be in Worlds if all other categories do feel like you're already there.
This time around though for Golden Guardians, they need to try and get the ball rolling early here, because if I look at the squad, I'm like, alright, well who's really going to like try and base check into BDS if they fall behind? It's not going to be too pretty when it comes to those objective fights, so I think for Golden Guardians, trying to see if again River can have that control over the jungle and like just get into lanes, probably around this bottom side and see if he can affect it, feels like the way forward here for you.
I'm very nervous currently. I think there's inklings from game 2 of ways that Golden Guardians can make this happen.
What? Of course, Carmine Corbett. Why would they not?
Why not? If there's a blue wall, there will always be a blue wall. We have blue walls here. It's inevitable. They'll be there. Yeah, shout out Carmine Corp, obviously. Me Masters champions and many former members of the team now on BDS. Here we are. Match point. An interesting position to be in because I think it's all fun games, it's all banter here at home. But obviously for these players and for Golden Guardians, it's now do or die, which is an interesting thing. Because for us, it's a regional rivalry. We're having a good time. But for 5 players, at the end of today, someone is going home.
Yeah, high stakes game right now. Do or die for the next 3 if Golden Guardians want to reverse sweep. They cannot lose another game, or it's the last game they'll lose this year. For BDS, it's a chance for redemption after missing out on the previous international tournament at MSI with a reverse sweep at the hands of Mad Lions.
Looks like Golden Guardians are thinking of some early level ones, but not going to be able to find BDS as they start to work their way through. Instead, Sheo getting a ward down just the back of Raptors there to try and set up. So they'll spot out exactly.
So I will say also, River on Ivern is something we had not seen at all in Summer Split. Obviously, Ivern, very popular champion. Sheo himself playing a ton of it. And it doesn't immediately scream of River champion. He is good at pathing. He does often play a gank-heavy style. But it's definitely not something where you often see him as one of the main initiators on the side of Golden Guardians. And to not have that in his hands, it is a little scary. And they're clearly going for a different playstyle. Sheo getting clever.
This is the Sheo from Scrims. The man who will cheese every game and flip it at level 1. Here it is once again. Not flip though. Has the vision, has the setup, just trying to take away this buff.
Has the Hex Flash as well. He's going to maybe look for a play onto the top side after this.
At the end of the day, this is a position that the BDS have put themselves in because of the previous 2 games where they can make really aggressive wild plays early game to just try to take over without not worrying.
Oh, Licorice.
Because why would there be a Sejuani here? Why would there ever be a lady riding a boar on the top side? Here comes the Bear Cavalry, and Licorice is not ready. There it is, a nice bit of Gouda to get things kicked off in game 3. First blood for Adam.
And this is what we were talking about. BDS is so unpredictable. You can say, oh, we know they cheese level 1s all the time, but you don't know how they're going to do it or when. And that flash over the wall by Sheo on this elimination match, immediately jump-starting BDS in this game is absolutely massive, especially onto Licorice, who was, I think, the shining point in some sense in game 2, getting some of those solo kills, those 1v2 plays. Obviously, there was a lot of invades by River, but just immediately hopping on this Jax and putting him behind is massive.
Also the fact that bot lane, Huhi taking a lot of damage. He's still level 1. I think they would have liked to try and answer for this with River, but Huhi, he's not really in a position to try and set things up here. So kind of your opportunities for Golden Guardians to respond to the opposite of the map falling apart.
Yeah, instead you can see River going for the invade right now, trying to smite away one of these camps. Does have a charge, so can grab the potential red buff here, but I think for Sheo, you're very happy to just go vertical jungle and continue to maybe make Jax's life a problem.
Yep, Jax though, Licorice taking the time, taking the lane priority he does have for himself to wander and play towards. The good news for Licorice is that because he has TP, he's able to return to lane. Adam with the Ignite doesn't get to reset and spend his gold. So it's mostly an experience difference that we see for now. We'll see how much easier the lane is for Adam once he can once he can spend that first blood money. And Gory also able to get pressure, but Nuke once again. Getting aggressive here in the mid lane. Gory playing on the edge, as kind of has been expected at this point in the series.
Yeah, really awkward. He wanted to get that wave in, but couldn't quite do it. Now he's going to have to teleport back. And it's a little annoying that you don't get the push back by getting the wave into the turret. Here you see this kill. And like you said, you get the teleport, so you don't fall that far behind immediately in Golden experience necessarily. But the bigger problem is at 6, when the Ignite comes back up, it's a shorter cooldown. You still will not have your flash available. Adam has his, and that's just like a repeat gank waiting to happen to get 2 kills on the Jax. Pre, 8 minutes is going to be huge if BDS can pull that one off.
Yeah, it's very tricky as well, because you talk about splitting the map and it looks like everything's kind of just going to reset, but you can't, Licorice just cannot be left alone around level 6. He's going to lose all control of the top side, at least on paper. see what he can do and see if River wants to put some attention up there. First resets now coming in. Ezreal getting a tier as expected. Maybe this is where Stixxay and he can feel a bit more comfortable in the lane as Ezreal after first back notoriously pretty weak.
Yeah, I think that's where you gotta try and put your focus here as River. Dragon is gonna be up, so maybe if you can try and get onto this bottom side off the resets that come through from Stixxay and Huhi to make something happen. But Labrov is now mid.
3-man pincer attack.
Corey, throws up Sand Soldier, needs to dash out. He's just going to be forced to flash away, but overall successful gank for BDS, not able to find the kill, but do get the flash. And the avenues of attack for Shio are limitless. I mean, he's got a top laner without flash, he's got a mid laner without flash that he can look to capitalize on. LeBron's still sticking around here. Ball attached. It's just buying time, it's just taking some of Rivers. But right now, the early game absolutely in control in favor of BDS.
Again, this is the vision control on bot side as well. They'll spot out Ivern as they come through, which is why Shale is moving up here. Knew that he entered into that bottom jungle, so they want to try and go for a playoff this Adam. I don't think he'll quite hit 6 off this wave. Yeah, it needs, I think, one more creep before he does.
Also has a good chunk of gold waiting in his back pocket right now. He's got 2K on him. Or sorry, 1.5K on him, 2K total. So can't go back and get some items. It looks like he's just going to opt for a clean reset here. Needs to be careful about that. We'll go for boots too, as well as an Echo Sword.
You can breathe a sigh of relief a little bit for Licorice and Golden Guardians fans, the fact that this timing window will happen when your flash should come back up. You're still going to have to be worried because it is a lot of damage that the Garen can do, as we saw in the previous game, but at least the summoner disadvantage should be equalized out here.
This is what I want to see from Golden Guardians, though. Look at where River is at the moment. Huhi coming in on the backside, and the wave's in a horrible position. This could be a great play for them.
Q, healing coming in. That's 1 E used up. River not going to commit. Crowny, of course, still has the Arcane Shift, still another Battle Dance stack available. Very difficult lane to lock down, the Rakan and Ezreal.
And I gotta say, BDS are playing this very well. You know that there's a lot of folks on the top side. River does not really want to go up there and try and fight that 2v2 right now. And so the side for Labrov and Crowny playing very respectful. They always have a ward in that brush, and they've done a good job of being able to avoid Huhi or River when they want to come in.
I think it's also the fact that Huhi ended up missing out on so much CS in the early stages because he got poked out. He's still only level 3 versus the level 4 and level 5 of the Ezreal as well. So I think it's been a bit of a disaster on the bottom side, which means you just don't have as much control as you would like, especially since early stage Leona is when she wins this matchup. And when you get to the later portion of the game, the amount of input that Rakan can have with his ultimate means that in team fights he can be so disruptive comparatively to the Leona.
It's definitely one of those matchups as well that feels like it's gone further away as we see Adam doing his dirty farming, cleared the wave topside, moves into the jungle to start stealing away the primed camps by River, who's not going to be able to get this one. And if Gory wasn't back in base, I'm sure he'd be hovering around for a potential dive maybe. Just doing Adam things.
Certainly is.
A spark is
Building
all
a little
I
bit of
need.
gold lead here. Good news is Licorice is still farming. He's got the flashback, as you've said, and obviously we get later into the game, the Jack's going to be a big threat. Maybe can't get something done there. And, I mean, it's a struggle right now. Golden Guardians have more tools. Their composition not nearly as reliant, although as you highlighted, the Leona definitely tough against the Rakan. Feels like you're always the one reacting once you're outside of lane, which removes so much of the agency of the pick. BDS just going to set their sights on the Drake. Take the easy, clean objective, slow, steady, very reminiscent of game 1, minus the mistakes around the mid.
While Golden Guardians do have much better scaling this time around, it's not full panic mode quite like game 1 when you have this draft or this start for BDS. It is still concerning because BDS are no slouches in the scaling department either. They still have great front to back. Adam is the kind of weird Garen pick, but as you saw in the previous game, it still scales just fine if you can be intelligent about how you pilot it, and Adam is definitely an expert.
I think it's also when I look at Golden Guardians, I kind of like their opposition coming from one direction, right?
Flash in, he's going to ult him the Ignite. Will it be enough? Trying to block the auto attacks. The stun coming out. Licorice ticking, burning, falling away, but the health pot keeping him alive. TP probably going to have to use to return to lane here, but Adam not able to quite find the all-in.
I think surviving that is big for Licorice, though, because as you say, he TP's back in, so it's essentially summoner for summoner, and you got the flash out of Adam, so now he'll get to pick up that farm. He's actually going to be in a relatively okay spot, and now there's a position where River, with the Licorice having his flash, maybe they can actually make a play onto this top side as long as they avoid Shale.
Yeah, that was, I was just rewatching the replay there. I was wondering if Adam could have done anything differently, get an extra squeak of damage in there. Jax had the E up during a lot of Adam's E, and you do take reduced AoE damage during that time period, which maybe was just enough for Licorice to stay alive. Then he got the stun jump off after the ultimate came through, got to save his flash as well. So that is a lot of pressure relieved in the topside wall. Licorice is now not going to have to worry about the ultimate, not going to worry about the Ignite combo for a couple minutes, and that's why they can actually take away this Rift Herald.
Oh, Gory.
Or maybe not.
Stun coming in, but there's not really any follow-up damage quite yet. Huhi on the way in. Shio in no man's land. Nice sidestep on the Zenith bid. The flash over the Q. Rakan now looking for the engage. Gory now could be in trouble with the ball attached to the wrong target. Gory walking out for now. Disruptive. But at the end of the day, Herald comes through.
Yeah, I mean, nice job from Golden Guardians, right? You got Hui's out to roam up. Shale was trying to be a nuisance, but you had no push in mid, and no push over at the top side either. So you end up being a little bit late to the party. So although Gory was in a bit of a weird spot, there was just no follow-up from Nuke because he was under his own tower. So Golden Guardians, they get the Rift Herald, and again, it comes back to Adam not getting the kill, Licorice out to TP back into lane, and it's a Golden Guardians advantage off the back of it.
It was a big clencher, though. I mean, we are not joking around anymore with all the EU-NA rivalry stuff here as do or die, and that was one of those fights we've seen a couple times now where Golden Guardians gets the objective first. They started, but then Shale had really good smites in game 2. Had stolen or finished off a lot of objectives, as well as punished Golden Guardians on the way out.
Silent ulti coming in. Licorice responding with an ulti of his own. Now trying to just run. Rakan on the way up, though. He's getting pinched. Between a Born of a Sty and the knockup now coming through. Licorice holding on for now. Azir on the way in. I think he can make it out. Gory, is he willing to burn anything? No. Locked up, and finally he will fall. Flail, the Northern wins. Gonna find that one. BDS secure the kill.
Yeah, Gory, no ultimate there. I think if he had it, he would have walked in and just pushed those two guys off, but didn't have it. During that time period, it allows both teams to start pushing in the opposite side lanes.
Yeah, Granny going to be left alone. We kind of expect him when it's an Ezreal, but this is going to give Stixxay a lot of go coming into this. Plates and now getting the Rift Herald as well. He's in a great spot. Roam's coming through from BDS down to the bot side, but you can see they kind of realize we can't do particularly much. So instead, Nuke going to move back towards the mid lane. So Adam getting that advantage, but it's really going to be Stixxay who's the big winner.
And this is something that, as we see, Gory all in should be able to just skirt out of there if he needs to. During the regular season for Golden Guardians, a number of times there were some shenanigans up on the top side of the map, and Stixxay ended up quite farmed and could carry a lot of those games. It didn't work well in playoffs, and I think people saw internationally at MSI, Stixxay was a bit of a weak point for them. And so there is a concern sometimes about his laning phase and sometimes some decision making in the mid game. But come straight to back team fight, he's actually usually quite good in at least North America. And so this is not necessarily the ideal start, but at only a 600 gold deficit, and you're Xayah, one of the best late game team fight carries right now, getting a lot of farm, you're feeling decent.
Yeah, I think that is the thing though for Golden Guardians. I don't feel like BDS are going to be coming from one direction. It's going to be a front to back team fight. It's much more going to be a case of, okay, can we try and, oh, Sheo actually got him.
Going forward, caught out here immediately, damage fallout. Gory now going to go for the pushback. Can they try to find one in return? No, Sheo tanking the tower will deny the play for now. River, how much longer does he want to push with this? BDS, overall, relatively clean dive. Nice effort from Gory to turn it back with a Shurima shuffle. But the Sejuani tanking the whole time is healthy enough to just walk away.
Yeah, no other support there from the rest of Golden Guardians either. Being able to overload him in the fight. Gets that kill down. Now the pressure just keeps coming on the side lanes. Adam almost finishing off this turret before 14 minutes.
And if you can try and get, well, top lane turret down, get the pressure on for Dragon as well, again, it kind of becomes a question of how to go to Guardian set up for these team fights. At least with Stixxay having that early goal, should be able to push in a little bit on the spot side, has River to support. So maybe try and make a play onto Crownie before this Dragon spawns, and Crownie being as low as he is on mana, just may not be an opportunity for BDS to contest this early Dragon.
Important to try to slow down the Dragon stacking of BDS, or to take it into your own control, certainly. These objectives have been crucial. But again, clean, slide in, lay down the ultimate, more than enough damage to finish it off. Downside for BDS, of course, is that Sheo grabs the kill instead of Nuke, but given they walk away alive and healthy.
That's a clear cope right there. Very happy to get that kill for BDS now. 3-0 in kills. 1.5k gold up. Dragon stacking a little bit slow this game. It is up and they're overloading that side. They're trying to find someone poking around the river.
Huhi cut out a little bit here, but they're not going to commit with the shockwave. Maybe we're hoping to catch out Gory. Sadly for Stixxay though, Recalls doesn't quite have enough money to finish an item. So instead, walking back to lane relatively empty-handed and going up against the Trinity Force of an Ezreal is a bit frustrating for at least the 1-1.
And that's why I think you missed your opportunity there. Golden Guardians, you had pushed with Stixxay and bot lane. Granny was still not in a position where he finished Triforce and very low on mana. I think that was your time to try and take the fight at Dragon, but now BDS, they get the resets in, they're coming back strong, and this would be second Dragon for them. When you look at the map, it's not like you're really in a position to try and cross-map anything. You don't have control over mid. Jax is pushed underneath his own tower at the moment, can't really step up against the Garen, so the opportunities for Golden Guardians to make an answer back just isn't there.
Now, still waiting on mythic items. Makes sense to not contest that Dragon, but does mean that BDS is keeping their foot on the pedal here, accelerating themselves to potentially 3-0ing the North American 4th seed.
Nice footwork from Stixxay. A bit of a trade there, but ultimately BDS are playing for pressure here, and they are able to hit the creep wave forward, forcing them to clear it out. Freeze opportunity there from the side of Golden Guardians. Two great stacks, Cloud Rift. Ults are pretty important in this game overall. Speed as well is going to be nice to have, but
to take this top tower, no problems at all. I'm trying to see what I'm like basing my eyes this entire time are over. Like, what is he going to try and do to shut this down? But it just feels like, yes, he's getting some vision there, but there's not really much that he can.
Gods. Whatever, Godskin, guys. Get it?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. He's got a 12 CS lead, pretty math. That's what River's up to. He's spent a lot of time running around the bot side, but they just haven't had enough pressure in bot lane to set up dives. The vision control from BDS has been very good, so anytime he does show up there, they quickly back off, and all he can do is steal away some of Sheo's camps, and that's really not like what the Ivern game plan necessarily is. Like, you're not going to accelerate yourself crazy fast and be like, sick, I got to my support items way faster.
Guys, I got redemption. It's so good.
It is really good, and it's really cheap, and that's sick, but also, like, we need damage, and our Jax is behind.
Yeah, it's definitely a tricky path to navigate. Obviously, some of the defensive items can maybe mitigate some of the upfront burst of a character like Orianna, but she's already had it's going to be a bit difficult. And here we are, 1,500 gold leads. There are no even top lane matchups in this series. You're only smashed or getting smashed. There is no in between.
Feel that, brother?
BDS, of course, able to take this. There's not really an opportunity for the side of Golden Guardians to contest. Stixxay finally recalls and finishes the first item as well as grabs a crit cloak, but during that duration, they'd already started to
I think our biggest takeaway from this series is that BDS would have been PRG. I think that's really what my takeaway is.
That's a bit of a cope there, and here comes the Garen spin, and goodbye to Gory!
I appreciate Gory also giving the free escape. Burned his flashing knight on the kill, so scoops him out of there before the Licorice teleport can come through. Adam hopping off, and like you said, BDS potentially the best team in the world.
Yep.
Thus far, you cannot tell me otherwise. This is the only series of international play we've seen on this match. They are winning. So, I think they're favorites now for Worlds.
That's possible. Distinctly. I'm just going to say, I put them S tier in my tier list at the start of summer. Yeah, we put them S tier together. Which was a horrible choice. But it's paying off now, baby. Crownie in trouble, though. Better pull back. He's going to hit the roof, but there's not a whole lot of fallout. LeBron not trying to make it safe. Stixxay able to finish the kill. Clean there for Golden Guardians. What else can they get done with the pressure? Almost able to make it out.
Yeah, during that time, though, BDS had dropped the Rift Herald on the top side, getting Nuke a ton of gold there, finishing that one off. And so it's nice that Golden Guardians could find an area on the map where they can make play. They get that kill, they have the push as well. But is that going to be enough?
I think it's actually interesting to see kind of the adaptation from BDS, which is like how heavily they are playing around Nuke, but
Nope. It's an okay TP in the end. Maybe maybe trying to clear it. The pullback, not going to connect. Stixxay. Feathers laid down. They're holding on to that mid lane tower. They will not let BG just fully it down.
That was a bit of a touch and go for both teams there. Nuke teleporting in, not realizing that Licorice was behind, but then Licorice grabbed turret aggro and didn't walk quite far enough forward to avoid taking all those turret shots, which forced his flash as well. And at the tail end of that, there's a lot of sums down.
Yeah, and now BDS in a position where they can start to push up again. You got Dragon in a minute 20, so with these resets, I imagine if I said that top side push out, they'll get the Orient to bot lane. This is the play that you were saying. Immediate flash forward. Adam is not afraid to use that. Gets the ult and gets out. I mean, even the swag points on the ollie out, that was kind of sick.
And he's playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Let's talk about volley more, guys. Look at this play. Look at this play. Nice little chain CC combo.
Dicey for a moment. Credit to Lebrov, really trying to get everything here to save Crownie and walk out with his life. Stixxay, of course, has the flash available. Sucker Pim is forced to use it and later use his ultimate as well. But he'll cool down not too long to save the game. So they are going to grab that kill. A bit more money to the 80 carry again. Can't see that reliable carry force control device later in the game. But BDS taking steady control of the map. Haven't broken down mid lane yet. Instead, setting their sights on bottom lane. Licorice not in a position to walk up.
Yeah, it does feel like Golden Guardians are not exactly sure where the enemy is. Gory had pushed in a wave topside and could be hitting the turret right now, but backed off in case there was maybe people up there, not realizing that was the Licorice side that had been overloaded with Dragon spawning soon, maybe? I'm not quite sure, because he has teleport available, so he could have been pushing this whole time.
I mean, how would they? They've zero vision on the map. Like, they've got one ward that's the Red Bull from BDS, but outside of that, there was a ward where Shale's standing at the moment. That was on a ping, so they just don't know exactly what's happening on the map right now. And I mean, credit to BDS, they've taken control over the bot side jungle here, and GG just not in a position to really do anything about it.
Yeah, willingly sacrificing top lane tower or trading top lane bot lane tower so that they can get priority access to the Drake here. Of course, I sympathize with Gory. It's the Garen move. There's Garen in the game and you don't see him. He's in every bush. What bush has the Garen? All of them. At all times.
Yeah, to be fair, he backed off, made sure there was no one actually up there, played it safe, and then was able to finish off the turret. So
yeah, exactly.
Does work out still well for Golden Guardians, knowing that they don't actually want to fight this here. They're going to wait for the actual soul point. Trying to grab a couple more items, I assume trying to get to Crew on Stixxay if they can get there in time.
I mean, that is the big question at the moment, right? So I think you've got Stixxay is in a decent spot, but at this stage, Crownie is coming online. He's going to have 2 items soon. The Orianna is going to be passive in these fights, and at the moment, when you're coming in with the multiple different angles, that a Shale who has his flash up. He can try and come in as well. You've got so many ways of getting that ball into the position that you need to. This is going to be so tough for Golden Guardian. Stixxay is going to have to be very fast on that trigger finger with the ultimate to try and avoid some of these plays.
I feel like it's so tough to fight straight front to back right now. You need Gory to get so much damage done before anyone gets into range. The Shuffle maybe buys some time and a reset similar to the Xayah ultimate, but it's very tricky. Orianna Shockwave can just end a game. He finds the angle. Nuke going all in. Still not quite going to connect. He's kind of just looking to walk down. Clockwork wind up. Ulti now coming out. Just a solo Polo. Orianna taking down the Jax.
Welcome to what Orianna is for Worlds, everyone. This is the thing that you need to be worried about.
To be fair, Jax is also very far behind. 30 CS, 0-3 at the end of that one.
No. We do hyperbole.
Burned his jump in at the start of that.
No, you don't need that. That's context. We don't want that. It's fair enough. Thank you.
I'm trying to give you the way out, man. All right.
Blame the champ, not the player. You're right, Daddy. You're right.
Blame freak. Not the team, not the players. Very fair. Just kidding. Don't blame freak. We love him. This is looking dire. That's a Garen with Black Cleaver Stridebreaker. That's an Orianna one-shotting a Jax, which you just don't see a lot because the opportunities for her to do it are rare.
Yeah.
You know, it's... You watch a lot of North American League of Legends over the year. I know. Well, I do. And you get very used to it. And then you watch other regions. And then you go back to it. And it's kind of like trying to play Starfield after playing Baldur's Gate. It just like, it doesn't hold up quite as well, the gameplay. Out of North America right now. I'm struggling with it.
Are you telling me by any chance that the LEC is the Baldur's Gate?
That's maybe an overstatement, but it's a step up. Okay. I'll give you Cyberpunk.
Are you calling your region?
Unfortunately, right now, yes.
There it is. Nuke, let's see. The dive options are good. The romance options are good. The push is good. Baldur's getting 3. Coming out on top of this one. Gory getting absolutely devastated. And this is looking grim. 0-4-0 for Licorice. And his hope falling apart. The knockup again. Oh my God! And it's making a montage! You are fuel for the fire, Golden Guardians, and BDS are burning bright! And it's an elimination game, and it's tough, and it's sad, but
I didn't
God
realize
bless you.
I didn't realize this was the Dark Urge playthrough. Everything is dying.
Oh, BDS, so
the Dark Urge on this cast.
you could see Licorice wanting the revenger after the previous failed attempt. Gets the stun, does the combo correctly this time, but BDS having the inside tracks, even though time comes to extra men here, and then just the nice charm on LeBron to make sure Gory can't actually get the proper combo off. They end up isolated. Golden Guardians feeling completely desperate then to just try and force something in mid lane, hoping it can go their way.
I mean, you can see the damage that Stixxay has, though. Like, he is trying his damnedest, and, like, shout out to Stixxay. That was nearly the play that GG needed to try and claw this one back, but unfortunately, he used everything to try and make it happen, and that's all he used.
Practicing well, and at this stage, they can afford to make mistakes. They're still getting clean. They've got Baron up, backed him up. Massive gold lead. Every single lane is ahead. It's feeling like it could just be their victory lap. Maybe GG can find an angle, find a pick, but it's looking down.
This is feeling like BDS are about to punch their ticket to the play-in stage. With turnaround times, that starts tomorrow, right? I think they have the day off.
They have the day off.
Yeah, they'll be back on day 2. But, huge stuff to extend your stay in Korea if they can just close this one out.
Yeah, and obviously, if BDS can make it, we've talked about a lot inside of Golden Guardians. This is the opportunity to turn around what was a lackluster summer. It's a shame for them that they haven't been able to show more. I think a lot of people were waiting for the Golden Guardians that made it to MSI. But that form has just not been present today. BDS outclassing. Not quite across the board. Obviously, Golden Guardians having some excellent moments, but making a lot of these mistakes that sadly have let the game slip away from them.
It's definitely a sad ending to the year. It is still the best year in the organization's history. It was a big bounce-back year for guys like Licorice and Stixxay and Huki, even Gory and extent to the many regions he's played around the world. It was really cool to see them rise up in spring split and even have a great regular season summer split. And that's why this kind of sour ending is going to not be too enjoyable because it was such a good year for them and it didn't feel like they ever got back to those highs.
And again, I think that for most people, it's whatever form you showed most recently that people remember. And that's not always fair, but that's just kind of often how the cookie crumbles. And again, there are opportunities. The game is not completely done, but based on what we've seen in the previous game, BDS have been closing clean. They haven't haven't been making a lot of massive mistakes around objectives. It was just the early game where Golden Guardians were able to outclass in game 2, so right now the game feeling very heavily in their favor.
But this is feeling very similar to like the BDS we saw in spring, right? Where it's like Chael, apart from game 2, having a ton of control in the early stages, going for some of these funky plays that we got to see. Nuke as well, I really think that coming into Worlds, this meta just suits him down to the ground. He loves his control mages. He's looking fantastic on the Orianna. And for these guys, I mean, apart from Adam, to make it to Worlds for the first time, this is such a massive turnaround. And I think that's the similarity I draw between Golden Guardians and BDS. Like, this has been a breakout year for both of these teams.
Yeah, and I think even for Adam, getting back to the world stage, it was a very different Adam that a lot of people saw, and seeing this newer version where, yeah, he still does really cool, crazy things, but with that extra level, I think, added on top of it in terms of game understanding, make sure it's usually working out more in his favor.
Siege comes through, I think there's some chance the tower will connect. Chansey is there. Crownie still holding on to Cleanse. There's not much of an angle. But yeah, a lot of players on this BDS team, either first opportunity to prove themselves or second chance, really at redemption. In the case of Crownie and Adam, to prove they've got what it takes to compete at the highest level. Win here takes them to Worlds. Remind us, it's technically not Worlds, but it is in spirit. They'll turn it around. They'll go to plans. Look to be one of 2 teams to make it through there to the Swiss stage, where the biggest and best in the world are waiting.
Yes, all new format to show off there, and I think for BDS, based off how they look here, probably going to be one of the favorites to make it through plans. They are someone to just watch regardless of like how far you think they're going to go. Just a really cool blend of traditional front-to-back, very stable standard team fighting with splashes of genius in terms of Adam's champion pool. I love their level 1s and stuff like that. Like, they're a very easy team to cheer for and enjoy watching their gameplay.
Thin line between crazy and genius.
they end up in lockstep every now and then, fair enough, but like I appreciate that they go for this. They're not going to be a team that on the Swiss stage, if they make it there, they start playing against the heavy hitters, the JDGs and stuff like that. Like they are going to have haymakers and strange things to throw at them. I think they're going to be very excited that they don't somehow throw this game and then 2 more.
It's good that you have the caveat, just in case.
Just to illustrate.
All right, that's level 16 Garen with Dead Man's Plate.
He's a big boy, Iron Elixir on as well.
He's a problem. So, this is the point of the game in League of Legends, just to break it down for you guys casting dynamics, where it's tough to talk about stuff, because frankly, nothing's going to happen until an objective spawns, because BDS are already far ahead.
We're almost there.
All right.
Almost there.
Is this everything you wanted today to be, Mark?
This is like when I woke up, what was on my mood board. I saw what this looked like.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit of CC. Mission for Adam. He's very fast. He's just too fast. Soul.
Adam has them to see. That's the play, but that's kind of the Hail Mary they have to throw, because now they're going to lose complete control at the top of mid, which means they're not really in a place to contest Baron. But I think at this stage they're kind of aware that, look, a team fight is just not going to go there.
Yeah, you have a lot of heal, so you're hoping that BDS at the Baron is one of these in the picture. Dies, Melvin Adams, Robin gets stunned up while he goes in. Those are the only angles, but that's not what they're going to get.
Ulti immediately silenced. The ulti not quite coming out in time to take it. Barely able to survive. Flash burn from Adam. Ulti burn from Crownie. Close exchange there. All of 60 sums down now, though. Makes it essentially impossible to contest these objectives in a full 5v5.
Yeah, that should buy them Baron. With Stixxay being the strongest member, no defensive tools available means that if he does walk forward, he'll have very easy target. Same with Rob, so Golden Guardians is going to have to back off here and wait till his ultimate comes back up from Stixxay before they contest BDS again.
How do you even do that? All you've got is your inhibitor, where it's red for the moments, and even bot lane inhibitors down. Baron both going to be coming your direction as well. This is going to be a bit of a disaster now for GG, because trying to contest any sort of push is going to be a nightmare.
No, this is tough. This is Helm's Deep minus Gandalf.
There's no riders coming over the mountain.
There's actually just none of the major characters are left at this point. They're not here yet. So you're Golden Gondor calls for raid. Nothing's coming.
They're trying to light the watchtowers and stuff, and like just tear it, nothing comes in.
The torch won't ignite. Like, it's tough.
Yeah. I wins this.
Yeah, I think Adam's just one away.
I respect you that Adam's like, I could try and fight him 1v1 and chase him down or whatever, but like realistically they're setting up for the push. They know that they are a couple minutes away from potentially closing this one out with the Baron left on, break the bot inhibitor while Adam splits up on the top side.
It's important to have that level of discipline, at least for a moment. D9 going down, very likely means the steal. Oh, and Adams! 50%?
I stand corrected. He is looking for the 1v1. Adam finds it.
Damn. All right.
Oh, they're on the ward as well. All
No
right.
one catches
Okay.
me, except for my hands.
BDS. It's been tight in game 2. The game 1 and game 3 have been dominant from start to finish. On the day, BDS feeling like 17, 1 moment away. A few more autos, a few more towers, and a Nexus away from officially locking Worlds as the LEC's 4th seed. Dominance.
Oh, wow.
Europe
They're really
waking up early, annoyed that they have to, but damn proud to get to watch this incredibly dominant performance. And now the BDS have finally broken into base. They're taking their time. They're playing with their food. They're stacking up the kills. They're padding those stats. And right here, in this moment, BDS have made it to the World Championship.
Let's go!
Kind of tough in those moments. You don't want to oversell it.
No, come on. You guys can celebrate. That was a huge crushing win over North America's 4th seed. They dominated them 3-0. They secured their international performance finally this year, especially for a group like this. Like, it's very easy to be excited. Go for it. You earned it.
No. I was excited 10 minutes ago.
No, you that's why.
At the end of the day, Rob,
So I'm kind of used to this feeling. Yeah.
you win things. You miss this feeling. Step aside. You miss this feeling. Step aside. Good. Shout out to the boys on stage. Adam Shields, new crowning of Rob, doing well. And obviously, condolences and hearts out to the Golden Guardians. I think the struggle of playing such a high-stakes game like this in a rivalry, there's so much pressure on you, and there's so much banter back and forth. And ultimately, like, at the end of the day, when you're the one who has to go home at the end, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, definitely going to be a sad trip home for them. But they did, have, like we said, the best year for Golden Guardians in their organizational history. The players themselves had a lot of bounce backs. But I'm just still stoked that we got this match. I had so much fun casting this, the smack talk coming back. It ended in 3-0. I don't like that part, but it was really, really cool to see these guys and see how excited they are now in front of the Korean crowd, getting ready to play in the play-in stage in just a couple days.
No 3-1.
I mean, I do
Family in
agree.
the audience as well.
Nice.
Made it through, flying out all the way to Korea.
It's got to be incredible for BDS. I mean, the lads, as we said, like Adam getting back to Worlds now, getting to prove himself once more on this international stage, especially against like some of the top laners that we do have at Worlds, would be absolutely insane. But then for the rest of these guys as well, first time making it to the international stage, getting to kind of put their chops up against the best in the world, they're going to appreciate that opportunity so incredibly much. Especially Crowdy, like this guy has been wanting this so badly for so long, finally getting that opportunity.
Yeah. I think it's a fantastic race. And obviously a huge opportunity and a huge break. And like showing up in the series, I think is a tricky balancing act because it's been so long since you've seen you. You're going to practice so much in isolation. You come out, you're able to show a performance like this before anyone else gets a chance to play on the patch. And,
Yeah, it's just really cool to see their athletes.
the whole pack, baby.
Yeah, it's great. So they had 5 in there.
Yeah.
That was cool to see the Orianna stuff come out. The fact that they can bring the new patch into their fold, but still have what makes them unique. Adam, obviously. I don't know how many other Garens we're going to see that are not from Adam and stuff like that. So it's a really cool to watch them do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a great time.
Yeah, me too, man.
We're going to the bar later with very different reasons.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I said, you smash or get smashed.
Smash or get smashed. There's no room for anything else. I think at the end of the day, shout out to BDS, hearts out to GG, but like incredible series. Glad we got the opportunity to cast this, to be here for this. Excited to see what this means for plans, what this means for the rest of the championship. It's the perfect appetizer for Worlds, I feel like.
I might send mine back to the kitchen. I don't like that thing. Yeah, I didn't like that
Not a
dish.
fan of the escargot, baby? I don't like that French
Whatever that
cooking.
cheese was that you were
Yeah,
throwing
the
on there.
fromage, the
Gouda,
Gouda.
yeah.
I don't think it's French cheese.
I don't know.
Spice bags.
American, you melt it on plastic. Plastic, yeah. 50% though. 50% cheese.
Oh no.
It's fine. We are setting up for an interview with the victor. This is ultimately, I think, a bit of a deflating series because we wanted it to be closer, but I think wild how one of these teams has a reputation. A lot of skepticism for what the level that it was, but level of execution, consistency in gameplay, and they showed.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Woo! Grandma said, never back down from a fight. Bless that woman. We're like the Ken there. Talk big, but don't break. Bye! And don't leave others behind.
Enemy killing spree.
Incoming!
Your team has destroyed a turret.
First fire! Lightning in a gun, coming through.
An ally has been slain.
Wait, I forgot something. Just stay alive,
Your
okay?
team has destroyed a turret.
Bar's ready.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
I can't get anything faster.
An ally has been slain.
Back up. Back up. Bar's ready. Off I go. On the hurry. Don't lose my spark. No, you don't. Charged. That's my cue. I face worse than Zon. We can win. Don't you dare. I'm not messing around. I won't.
Shut down.
Up to me.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Put them down.
Rampage.
Hi, babe. What's going on? You not sleeping yet? In league.
Gun's not broken yet. Better keep that thing.
Enemy is unstoppable. You have been slain.
What the actual fuck is this damage?
An enemy has been slain.
Dodge.
We can do this.
No, 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 no.
This won't be perfect, but life never is. Spark ready.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. An enemy is dominating. Have been slain.
Alright, stop. Stop.
Ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Ally has been slain. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Defeat.
He had 2 kids with him, like everything. Hey, if you guys wanna.
You good, baby? What do you need? Hmm? How am I supposed to cuddle you? I can't. I know that's what you need. I need it too, honestly. Sounds so nice.
Previously on Big Brother! Jag and Matt were ride or die with each other. That's cool. But they had close ties all over the house. Tight with Blue.
I have a good relationship with my boys, Matt and Jag.
My main priority is to...
For weeks, the DJ has been laying low. But what happens when she's in charge? And which house guests will she throw on the Barbie at nominations? Find out right now on Big Brother!
I just don't want to do it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, so you always don't want to do it.
Congratulations to everyone, because as of tonight, all of you will either make the jury or come finale night face the jury for the $750,000 grand prize. So congratulations, house guests, and good night, everyone.
I think I accidentally won that. I was trying to throw that tiebreaker. I wrote down something ridiculously low and I bloody won. But I have to say, I was pretty fired up after Mimi's comments on her exit.
Before I go, I just gotta tell y'all, Corey, America, and Bowie got an alliance. They planning to get you, and you, and they're gonna try to use you to do their bidding.
Yeah, it was a bit rude and wrong. I feel like I have automatically gone into lawyer mode now, and I'm just like trying to get as much information out of people as I can. It's gonna be a fun week, dude.
I don't even know what Mimi's trying to get at with this whole little stunt of hers. Sure, I trust and like Bowie, but we're not getting Felicia to do our dirty work. But it didn't even matter because Bowie is the new head of household. We get along great, so I feel good this week. Yeah.
This is gonna be fun. I love Bowie.
I didn't have that one on my bingo card, but that's awesome. This is going to be impossible.
Bowie Jane, 1 HOH. Good Lord! This is awesome. We've been pretty close, all the way back to when we both got burned when Red went home. I've had her back on my HOHs, so I would expect the same from her.
Okay.
I did not appreciate that exit.
I have to say I've never heard
You haven't heard that, right?
No, never.
3 times I done survived the block. Look at me. And now, guess what? I'm in the jury. And I gotta start thinking more and more strategic on my path to them final 2 chairs.
3 times.
I'm not doing great. I'm really stressed out. I just got called out for the 2nd meeting in a row. And then I lose the HOH comp, which is like a memory quiz. That should be my thing. But Mimi did just throw me under the bus with Bowie. So maybe I can make something work this week.
Wow. We were able to flip the vote from Felicia to Mimi. Cameron wasn't on board for that, but luckily I was able to change his mind.
The truth is, like, I think Mimi's more likely to win a competition.
Yes, Felicia is easier to beat, competitive-wise. But, long game. I don't want her in the jury.
Corey is pitching to Cameron, but Cameron really doesn't like Corey, so he's not listening to him at all.
He's nervous.
He's nervous.
I need to change the direction here and make Cam realize that keeping Felicia is a terrible move for Corey.
What he doesn't know is that voting out Mimi is worse for his game.
Yeah.
And Felicia will also put him.
We're thinking the same right now. We appease Corey.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And he thought it was his own mastermind plan. And he had to convince us. And we said, you know what, Corey? Fine. We're with you. Because you're so smart.
He has to be the smartest person in every room that he's in. He had to tell us how smart he is all the time.
And so now we just say, yes, sir.
Bro, you're right.
Mr. Mastermind.
This actually has more merit than I've heard of anything yet.
Corey gets to be the fall guy for leading the charge if everything falls apart. We get another competitor off the board. Felicia's still gunning after Corey, and Corey gets looked at as the guy that's just running everything, and his name is just getting worse and worse around here. This is not a good move for him, and it's a good move for the fugitives.
No further questions.
By doing the Mimi flip, I was able to keep both Cameron and Corey happy. They both still think I'm good with them, even though my real allegiance is to my Minuteman, Matt.
What a bizarre night. I'm so mad. I've got all
When
the
she said
questions.
49,000, I knew it was wrong.
Yeah, I did too. It's like, why did I just write 10,000 when I started
Even if
writing?
you wrote 4,900, you still won. You still would won.
Having Felicia win HOH would have been like, all right. But now we got Bowie, Jane. Bowie and I's relationship, I don't think has ever completely recovered from the red vote and her not knowing. I'm going to try to maintain a level of for Bowie J's HOH, so I'm not sitting in the chair.
It's so crazy. So crazy.
I cannot believe.
Yeah. But why is everyone happy? Everyone is stoked.
People have been underestimating me, which is awesome. I've been leaning into my DJ side. I've definitely been trying to hide that lawyer brain. And what's great about this plan is people have been trying to work with me. I'm good with Cameron.
You just have to make sure that one of us wins. Like, that's very, very important.
I'm working with Matt and Jag.
Yeah, I do actually feel like I can trust you and
The same.
like an actual team.
I will always make sure you know what's going on. Because I get it, because I'm like that too. Well, here's my thing. This is the 3 that I'm solid with.
Matt and I are in a tough spot. We're in a lot of alliances, but I only want to do what's best for the Minutemen. Bowie is a great choice for Matt and I to take to the final 3 because first, I don't think she's going to backstab us before we get there. Next, I think I have a great shot at beating her in some of the final competitions. And third, I think I would have a great shot if I was sitting next to her in the final 2. Ultimately, I think I'm playing a stronger game than Bowie.
Us 3 are the only 3 I'm like 100%
I have been getting into a better and better position each week. Now, Corey and America want to work with me.
I trust it out of Bowie.
You don't. But do you think she's got you in the same way?
I am certain. Like, if right now, if I could pick my final 3, it'd be you and Bowie. I do mean this, and I've said this for a while. Like, it's you and you for me.
My number 1 ally is Corey, and then second is, honestly, Bowie. She's just so honest and straightforward, and I feel like I can really trust her. I think that would be a really cool final 3.
There are quite a few pairs that want to work with me, but I am not stupid. I know exactly what they're doing. They think I'm going to play their game. I'm just going to go with the flow. But if I do have to make a big decision, don't you worry, I will be. It is time for me to take on the challenge of actually playing my own game and showing these people how it's done. Game on!
Yep. About it's just I don't have the person that that's like strategizing hard work, you know.
Even when like the whole thing happened and everybody was like grabbing me, asking me like how